mom left me to go on a 2-week Bali trip with her new husband. I found 12 letters and chose a new family before she even cleared customs. I was 16 when my mom married Greg. He had money, a house in the suburbs, and zero interest in kids. Mom called it her fresh start. I called it abandonment with a wedding ring. The morning they left for Bali, Mom hugged me like we were close. Mrs. Patterson next door has my number if you need anything. That was it. 2 weeks alone in our old apartment while she honeymooned in paradise. Greg didn't even look at me as they loaded the Uber. I wasn't upset. I was numb. This was just the latest chapter in Mom choosing herself over me. The apartment felt hollow after they left. I wandered into her room, something I rarely did anymore, and saw her closet door slightly open. Inside, pushed to the back behind old shoeboxes, was a wooden chest I'd never seen before. Inside were letters, 12 of them, all addressed to me in handwriting I didn't recognize. Different return addresses, different years, some dating back to when I was 6. My hands shook as I opened the first one. Dear Kyle, happy 6th birthday. I hope your mom lets you have the biggest cake. I wanted to send this myself, but she said it's better if we wait until you're older. I think about you every single day. Love, Dad. The room started spinning. My dad. The man Mom said walked out before I could walk. The man she claimed wanted nothing to do with us. He'd been writing to me for 10 years, and she'd hidden every single letter. I tore through them one by one. Birthday cards with checks she'd clearly cashed, letters asking about school, about my interests, begging to meet me, photos of him at graduations, at what looked like a small wedding, holding a baby. The most recent letter was dated 3 months ago. Kyle, you're 16 now, old enough to make your own choices. If you ever want to meet me, I'm here. I've always been here. Your half-siblings ask about you all the time. We'd love to have you in our lives. No pressure. Just know the door is always open. Love, Dad. There was a phone number at the bottom. I called it before I could overthink. A man answered on the second ring. Hello? Is this David Morrison? My voice cracked. Silence. Then, quietly, Kyle. We talked for 4 hours. He told me everything. How Mom got pregnant young and he wanted to be involved, but she wanted money, not a co-parent. How he'd paid child support religiously, sent letters and gifts that never reached me. How he'd tried going through lawyers, but Mom threatened to disappear with me entirely if he pushed too hard. He'd been waiting 16 years for this phone call. Can I meet you? I asked. When? Now? He lived 2 hours away. He offered to drive to me, but I was already packing. I grabbed my important documents, my laptop, some clothes, and left a note on the kitchen counter. Found the letters, went to meet my real family. Don't bother calling. Dad picked me up at a coffee shop. He looked exactly like the photos. Older, but warm, with kind eyes that filled with tears the second he saw me. We hugged for what felt like forever. Then he drove me to his house where I met Sarah, his wife, and my half-siblings, Jake and Emma, 8 and 6. They'd made a Welcome Home Kyle banner. That was 4 months ago. Mom returned from Bali to an empty apartment and 20 frantic voicemails on my phone. I listened to exactly one. How could you do this to me? After everything I've done for you, you're selfish and ungrateful. I blocked her number. Dad enrolled me in school near his house. Sarah helped me set up my room with a proper desk and gaming setup. Jake wants to teach me basketball. Emma draws me pictures of our family with me included. For the first time in 16 years, I'm not an afterthought. Later, Mom sent a lawyer's letter threatening to report me as a runaway. Dad's lawyer responded with copies of all 12 letters and a counter threat about parental fraud. We haven't heard from her since. She chose Greg and Bali. I chose the family who actually wanted me. No regrets.